So what's up my peeps, Matrix Native here. Today's video, pretty excited about it. We have our first ever build from a viewer. So I want to thank Andrew Knight, and we will get to his build in just a second. I just want to say real quick, if you're new around here, please snipe the sub. But besides that, I try to keep these builds as true as I can, but it is impossible to build with the loadout that they offer. I try to mention that in all the builds that I do, but sometimes I guess people are not listening to me or not watching the whole video, and they roll down to the comments and say something that I already covered in the video. You know, it gets kind of annoying at times, peep. You know, fuck it is the way I look at it. Anyway, my peeps, enjoy this build. Thank you, Andrew Knighton. Enjoy, my peeps. I'm just going to kick it in the ass and get going with it. Today, I'm pretty excited about this build. It comes from Andrew Knighton. He commented on the Ranger build and basically stated, "Thanks for the awesome Airborne Ranger build. It's my primary loadout I use. I've taken inspiration from your video and made a night ops version, but instead of using all black camo, I've used the cryptic #2 on the camo list for everything. I changed to a fleece top on this version and a white chamois." So this is basically his build right here, my peeps, and I gotta admit, besides a few things what I'll get to the end of the video, I really do like this build. I mean, it's pretty true to a night operation type of build, something we'd wear. So let's just go through it. Basically, he kept everything basically the same, except he switched to the fleece right here, and he equipped it with cryptic #2, cryptic typhoon #2. So that's all you basically got to do. He kept the IBA vest, switched it to cryptic 2. Pants, kept it the same, cryptic 2. Hiking boots, obviously we're going to dark those out, and no ghillie suit. Accessories, basically the ballistic goggles, set it dark. The chamois he did change to the white, which I like it a lot better than the green for this look, for this night build. Headwear, he stayed with the carbon high cut. He switched it to #2 cryptic. Headset stayed with A black. Oakley pilots, of course, we switched to black. The AN Prick 150 backpack, we switched it to the cryptic #2 as well. Patches, obviously we stay with the Let's Roll patch for this build. Then basically that is the build, my peeps. And if you're not sure about the loadout, we'll give you a quick rundown. You got the M4A1, always dependable rifle. Right here I'll show you. I equip it with the dead leaves, which really goes good with this build. And then basically all my parts I black out. I got the stock buttstock because there's nothing else there. I love the panoramic sight. You guys can check out some of my other builds to see just how much I'm in love with that sight and how much I'm in love with this weapon. Basically, trigger, I got it set to a full auto semi. Magazine, obviously I got that 50 round, the freaking total kick-ass right there, 50 rounds. Under barrel, of course, always what I carried, the M203. On the rail, the rangefinder, again, patch #2, which if you want to know more about patch #2, you can check out that video at the end of this video. And then basically I don't equip the laser dot or whatever, because in patch #2, like I was saying, they did not do anything as far as turning the lasers off like they should have. Absolutely should have. I got the long barrel. You could go with a standard barrel. You could sort of, you know, get in and out a little bit quicker, but I like how the long barrel sort of beefs up the weapon. And then the muzzle, as you guys know, my suppressor, I actually put in, it should be on dead leaves, so we'll go ahead and switch that. And then I keep it on the stock muzzle because when it's slung, I don't like how the suppressor just extends so far off when it's slung when you're doing airborne operations or what have you. The secondary sniper rifle MK14, as usual, the go-to for the Airborne Ranger, because it also doubles as an assault rifle. Again, the paint scheme would be the same, dead leaves. Then you go into your parts and you black out everything. I will tell you, I carried the ACOG 4 times with my MK. Just basically I switched between it and the T5 X-Ray India Tactical 5 times is basically what this is. And I switched between the two, but I will, since we are a fast reactionary force, I will just go ahead and keep the ACOG on in black. I got the full auto semi magazine. That's the only downfall about this weapon. It's only got a 20 round magazine, but it's all good. under barrel, as always, just short angle grip. I like that grip. Got the rangefinder for the same reasons I carry it for the M4. Finally got my long barrel for it. That does this weapon justice, and got the stock muzzle, but of course I do have the suppressor and dead leaves, but I equipped the stock muzzle for the same reason I equip it on the M4, and that's when it's slung. I don't like it hitting my calves on my legs. So there you go. I'm carrying the 357 Joker. I told you guys that I'd open that, and I did. And even though primarily you wouldn't carry it in this build, I just got to carry it because it's a 357 Joker, but you would carry a semi-automatic for sure for covering purposes. Again, this would be more for a sniper anyways. Enough with that. Did do an unboxing of my new controller, but I just haven't posted it yet. Probably won't, I don't know, we'll see. But I do have a left bumper now, so I love my flag grenades, but I also love my flare gun. Did I just say flare grenades? Flare grenades? Anyway, I love my frag grenades and I love my flare gun. So that's basically it, my peeps. And I really think just a few adjustments in this, and it's something I'd wear at night, for the simple fact that you want to have sort of a 3D shadow effect within your camo, right? You need that shadow awareness in your camo as well. And to me, this is just too light. I mean, it's good. I like the build, and I'm going to use it in my night operation builds with just a few changes though. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the other changes, but I do want to also invite the rest of you guys. You can leave a comment if you wish on your build, and maybe, you know, you'll see it here on my tube channel. So I want to thank Andrew Knighton again before I go and basically make just some subtle adjustments to this build, and we'll go ahead and hit that now. But thanks a lot, Andrew. I really appreciate the comment on the Ranger build, and now you see it and everybody else sees the Andrew Knighton night operations build for the Airborne Ranger. Okay, so that being said, let's go to the changes that I would make. Okay, my peeps, so basically the only thing that I would change in Andrew's scheme is basically I would go into clothes. Your vest, I would go ahead and switch to multicam black. Nothing else changes, everything stays the same. And then your pants, you want to go ahead and put those in multicam black. Then your carbon cut, you want to go ahead and switch that to multicam black. Shemagh, you want to keep it the way it was. Then your Prick 150, you want to switch to multicam black. And that's basically the only changes I would make to Andrew's build. Everything else is, I love how I used the Cryptic 2. I mean, it's just, it really blends in now as well. So, and as well as the dead leaves look just really beast on the weapons, it just falls right into this build. So I want to thank Andrew for that. And like I said, man, I'm not dissing his build. I'm just saying though, you need a little more shadows, you need more like 3D to blend in, and that's all a part of, you know, having the shadow. You're trying to make sort of a shadow camo, but you want to highlight all the shadow as well with the camo itself. So you want to present yourself as sort of like a shadow 3D figure. Everything else, the loadout's going to stay the same, and basically this is how it looks at night. And I think that this build is tits. This will be my new Night Operations Ranger build right here for sure. And I want to thank Andrew again for his help as far as this build. And you know what to do, my peeps. If you haven't, go ahead and snipe the like, snipe the sub, because guess what? That's how we roll. Hope you enjoyed the build today. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Dreaming big, town is small, and it's going down. All I need is a microphone, I'm headed for the crown, y'all. Call me whack, call me weak, say I'll never blow. Memphis bleak, they know like the radio that Henderson was meant to speak. I'm on these tracks, just like Thomas, I'm the truth, just being honest. Y'all a bunch of Martin and Anthony's, yeah, that's prima donnas. Wayne Brady, they know the deal. Henderson just showing